Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Do you like my wax? Hello, Libra. How are you today? I hope you're having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, crazy day. So, Libra, today is your divine masculine reading. That is right, Libras. It is your turn to get your divine masculine reading. So, what is your divine masculine reading? It's kind of like, what do you need to know to information to heal your divine masculine? Now, please remember, as always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. They may or may not resonate. So, always take what resonates, leave the rest for another person to claim. With that being said, divine masculine does not necessarily mean male. You could be a male, female, or whatever in between, and everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine energy, okay? It's not a bad thing. Some of us lean into one more than the other, and that's okay. But whatever this resonates to you, it may resonate, it may not. All right. With that being said, also on my bio, possibly in the description box, there will be a link to my Ko-Fi. If you're interested in getting a reading, you can get a reading through there. It is 66% off, already discounted 50% off. Okay. So automatically until the end of May next year in 2026, all my prices are at 50% off. And then like right now is the Halloween sale. So I have 66% off. And if it's not there properly, use code Halloween at checkout and you will get that. There's also memberships and all that kind of good stuff available, but that is completely up to you. I'm not offended. I'm just letting you know. All right. So with that being said, let's cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space here, and then we can get into this reading for you. So, Libra, yes, Libras. All right. So, let's cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse my energy in my space. Cleanse my energy in my space. Cleanse my energy in my space, please. Cleanse my energy in my space. Hello, sage. Hello. Okay. Anyways, so we got 3 oracle decks here, and then we're gonna do like a tarot reading as well. So cleanse my energy in my space, please. All right. If this is gonna work, I don't know. My sage being weird. All right. All right. All right. Come on, let's go. Let's get you lit on fire here. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. All right. Cleanse my energy in my space, please. Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask for you to join me in this reading today for the Libra divine masculine. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? All right. What do we have for our Libra divine masculine friends, please? What does the Libras need to know? What do they need to hear? What is it they need to see? What do their Libra divine masculine friends need to know? What do they need to hear? What do they need to see, please? Okay, we got 3 cards here for you, Libras. All right, next deck. All right, what do we have here for you, Libras? And what is the divine masculines of the Libras need to know today? Okay, what is it they need to know? What do they need to know? What do the Libras need to know today? What does the Libras need to know today? What does the Libras need to know today? I see some of you having a little bit of issues with your divine masculine, okay? Some of you are very guarded with it, just so you know. That's what I'm seeing for some of you. Not all of you, but definitely for some of you, okay? Finally, this is the Gods and Titans deck. There will be a little bit of stories for these. I also encourage you to look up the stories of the cards that are pulled for you, okay? So what does the divine masculine of the Libras need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? Please, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. All right. What does the divine masculine need to know here for our Libra friends, please? Okay. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. These go to the side. All right. So Libra, 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 Libra. All right. So, Spirit Guide, Guardian Angels, what do they need to know? Our lovely, beautiful, divine masculine Libra friends. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? Oh, lots. I see some of you need to work on yourselves, okay? So that's one part. What is the energy here of the divine masculine? Okay. Here's the energy for you guys. What is the conflict currently they are facing? Okay. What is the negatives affecting the situation, please? Okay. What are the positives affecting the situation, please? All right, all right. What is the neutrals affecting the situation, please? Sorry. And what is the possible outcome for them? What do they need to know? All right, advice, whatever you want to call it. All right. So let's get into this. Libras, you have the Six of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So some of you are very pessimistic right now, thinking about the old times. Some of you may be trapped in old ways of thinking or old ways of feeling. Okay, the Ten of Cups is not quite completion. However, I do see some of you leaning more into the Nine of Cups energy, needing to work on emotions, okay? You also have the Seven of Swords, so you need to not really listen to the negativity around you. Sometimes people will put shit into your head just to see you struggle, okay? If you have a partner, I see that they may sometimes want you to walk into that divine masculine energy. And maybe you're like, nah, I don't need to think for both of us. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm getting there for some of you, not all of you. Okay. But this is your divine masculine reading. So maybe some of you are trying to be more in your divine feminine era because some of you may have been too much of a divine masculine. Okay. Which is fine. The Hermit in reverse you have for your conflict here. So, leaving that introspection, Nine of Swords in reverse, I see you cutting that kind of negative communication the best you can. And the Eight of Swords, you know, you have opportunities, not necessarily options, but you could have opportunities that sometimes may require you to be a little bit upfront and masculine in your energy, okay? You have the negatives here. So you have the Seven of Cups, releasing what does emotional. Okay, so that's negative, but I don't see that as negative. I see that as a need to release. Okay. And then with the Five of Cups in reverse, I see a little bit of stagnancy on releasing. So you're bouncing, you're trying. Some of you are traumatized. So there's a lot to work on. However, you got the community around you. All right. Try to find the right community because sometimes you're finding the wrong community of people and they're only bringing you down further with them, actually. Okay. Then we have what are the positives. You have the Sun card in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Justice in reverse. So how could this be positive? The Sun card in reverse is just letting you know you're not exactly where you want to be. The Ten of Pentacles is saying that you are working on yourself or the need to work on yourself, okay? Because I see that as more than 9 for some reason for you. And then the Justice card is you out of balance. Okay, so you're not quite balanced. So that might be saying your divine masculine and your divine feminine might be unbalanced. But if you are trying to be in your divine feminine more, that's going to be okay in this situation. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at. Your neutrals here is the Two of Swords in reverse, the World, and then the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Two of Swords in the reverse is saying like you're not really wanting to listen to that negativity. Narcissism for some reason is popping up. Some of you may have dealt with narcissistic family members or whatever, and their kind of negativity you're trying to brush off. The World, I see you moving forward into this like higher level of self. You want to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Whether you're leaning into your divine masculine or divine feminine more, you either way, that's what you want, both sides of you. Okay. The Five of Pentacles, you are low on finances, is what it shows. That is something that is definitely showing here, but that's okay. It's not necessarily good, but it's not necessarily bad. It's neutral, kind of like you have some finances, but it's not like what you would love to have, right? And finally, your advice, solution, outcome is you have the Six of Swords in reverse. So I don't see you really going anywhere right now. The Queen of Wands is saying definitely lean into that feminine energy when you feel you need it. If you have to lean a little bit into that masculine, that's totally fine. If you're very masculine, but you're not leaning into your feminine energy, this is saying lean into it. You'll be surprised on what can happen for you. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is definitely needing to really work on a way so that you're not codependent on anybody and you can have your own independence some way, shape, or form. Okay. So what is next here for you, our divine masculine Libras? We have here these cards, okay? So we have the 12th house in reverse, escape, okay? Then we have the 11th house, friends, and then we have water element, sensing, okay? So some of you, there's something in your 12th house. You may have a water sign placement, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That may show you a little bit of something out of balance in you if you have that. You could also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your 11th house, right? Friends, I do see something very positive here that you aren't really paying attention. Some of you aren't trying to escape. Some of you are trying to face your challenges, and you have friends that will support you. And sensing, it's like an intuitive knowing, or you're learning an intuitive knowing of who actually wants to support you and who doesn't. Okay. You have reflection in reverse, so it's no longer looking at too much reflection. You have shaman. I see some of you connecting to a higher source or reconnecting. Night vision. Some of you get anxiety at night, okay? And some of you are trying to seek ways to calm that aspect, okay? Next, we have Typhon, anger, rage, okay? We have Nada, perfection in reverse, Nuada, sorry, and then Zeus, leadership, okay? So what I'm seeing here is sometimes you have this rage in you, okay? Sometimes you're not perfect and you understand that, all right? And if you don't, that's something that's telling you you are not perfection and you need to accept that because that's okay. Nobody is perfect. And then you have leadership. So this might be your chance to step up and finally find some leadership goals, okay? Skills, achievements, whatever it is that may resonate with you. So I am going to quickly take a look here and let's find out for this one, anger, rage. I do encourage you to look up the stories of each of these to kind of see what resonates with you, okay? Just so you know. Yeah, I encourage everybody. Okay, so he is the god of storms, typhoon, whatever. I can't, whatever. Could also breathe fire and control wind, making him nearly undefeatable monster. Okay, he's the mightiest in all Greek mythology. Okay, so destructive wind energy. Libra, obviously you're an air sign. You know that you can be a destructive warpath. Okay, so that's probably just a little bit of a reminder there for you to watch how you speak, because sometimes you may speak horribly, honestly. Okay. Sometimes you may be a little bit sharp, okay? Nuada was an Irish god, possibly. Hopefully. Irish Celtic, okay? And he was king of, wow, I cannot pronounce that, okay? He is associated with kingship, warfare, and considered primordial sky deity. His story is often seen as a metaphor for overcoming a disability as he regained his kingship after being healed. His kingship was tied to the health of the land, and he could not be king while sickly or weak. Okay. So there you go. Honestly, that's great because that is also saying if you have a disability, you may feel like an advantage or a disadvantage, sorry, right now, okay? With this card in the reverse, I do see that. Maybe you feel down and out because you have disabilities. However, I do see at some point you will find the strength to see where the positives of your disabilities are and be a little bit more optimistic about it, because everybody who has disabilities actually has strength in their disabilities, whether they understand it or not right away. Everybody does, okay? Finally, Zeus. He is the king of the gods, right? Ruling over the sky, thunder, and lightning from his throne in Mount Olympus, okay? So he is like the all being god in Greek mythology, right? So leadership and that. So I do see that kind of resonating. Maybe there's something about your disabilities that will bring you into a line of leadership at some point, okay? If that resonates. Thank you so much for watching, Libra. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time, and I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.